Hey folks, I'm Brendan and you're watching the Overqualified Henchman. Please excuse any sniffling or coughing in this video. I've been pretty sick for the last few days, but I didn't want to miss this upload because this video, when it goes up, will be number 52. That's right, this officially marks 1 full year of videos for the Overqualified Henchman. I want to take the opportunity to thank everybody who gave the channel a shot, subscribed, or shared a video with a friend. I had a lot of fun this year and I'm looking forward to another. If you've been with me for a while, then you probably remember when I took a look at the first wave of LEGO Superhero Mighty Micros. Or maybe you just found the channel, you're binge watching everything to catch up, and that's how you remember that video. I don't know your life and it would be rude of me to assume. More to the point, here comes Wave 2, and you know what that means. It's time for the return of the Overqualified Minifig. A little bit of a recap. The Mighty Micros are LEGO sets of about 80 to 100 pieces that feature small go-kart style vehicles for characters from DC and Marvel Comics. They're similar to the LEGO Star Wars Micro Fighters, but a little bit simpler, and more importantly, each set comes with a hero and a villain. The carts all use a special undercarriage piece that accommodates minifigures with shorter legs and cartoonier printing than normal. Today we're going to be looking specifically at the DC half of the wave, so let's crack them open. First off, we have Superman versus Bizarro. Superman's card is pretty simple, with forward-facing fists and an angled shape that suggests his cape in flight. On its own, there's not much to get excited about here, but what makes it work is that Bizarro's cart is the exact same thing, but backwards. Bizarro, of course, is a flawed copy of Superman. His exact origins differ from version to version, but his whole thing is doing everything Superman does, but backwards. The set even comes with green kryptonite, which affects Superman, and blue kryptonite, which affects Bizarro, because of course it does. Next, we've got Wonder Woman versus Doomsday. This might seem like a weird matchup since Doomsday is pretty specifically a Superman villain, but I'm assuming this is meant to reference the scene in Batman v Superman where Wonder Woman shows up to help fight Doomsday. Wonder Woman's card is based on her famous invisible jet, and it's always nice to get so many varied translucent pieces in one set. She also comes with a sword and a shield, which makes for a nice mix of classic and modern takes on the character, and I like how much she's clearly enjoying herself. The green and gray of Doomsday's card reference the outfit he first appeared in, whereas the minifigure has the bony protrusions of his more familiar look, including tiny little bony nipple spikes. The invisible jet is pretty clearly the winner here, but Doomsday's card does look ready to ram headfirst into his opponents, which seems appropriate. Finally, we have Batman versus Killer Moth. Okay, so quick aside about Killer Moth. If you're familiar with the character at all, it's probably from cartoons like Teen Titans and The Batman, where he's depicted as a half-man, half-moth mutant monster. And you can see why they go that way, because it's tough to take a guy with a costume that's not only purple and orange, but also green and yellow too seriously. The original idea for the character, though, is super cool. You know how Batman gives the police the bat signal so they can call for his help to capture criminals? Killer Moth came up with the idea to give criminals a moth signal so they could call for his help escaping the police. There have been lots of reverse and dark mirror of Batman villains over the years, but I love the idea of a bad guy who just steals Batman's business model. I have to assume somebody at LEGO agrees with me, because this is one of 2 actual LEGO sets that you can go into an actual store and procure in exchange for actual money featuring Killer Moth. Getting back on topic, his cart is suitably ridiculous, with the highlight clearly being the hexagon honeycomb printing on the eyes. The only way you make that color scheme work is to commit to it 100%, and I love that every color in his costume is represented on the cart. Now, Batman is the only character we've looked at today who is also in Wave 1. In light gray and dark blue, this is obviously a Silver Age take on the character, in comparison to the dark gray and black of the more modern version we got in Wave 1. That works well with his red helicopter cart, which, with its round windshield, is a reference to a vehicle from the Adam West 1966 Batman series. It's worth noting that besides the different costume, this Batman also has a different expression. While you could technically switch the heads around, part of the squinting effect is achieved by printing on the head that matches the color of the cowl, so the effect wouldn't be seamless. Still, if anybody can justify having multiple costume versions, it's Batman. Overall, I have to say that Wonder Woman's invisible jet is still my favorite out of the 6, with Killer Moth being my favorite wacky character choice. It also felt like there was more build variety in this wave, with the first wave's Batman, Flash, Robin, and Catwoman all having very similar carts. Now, the second wave did also include 3 Marvel Mighty Micro sets, which I'll be looking at soon. First, though, I've got a couple of things planned for the channel's 1-year anniversary, so stay tuned. Of course, this is YouTube, so when I say stay tuned, I actually mean subscribe! And while you're at it, remember to like and share the video with someone you think might enjoy it. You could also leave me a comment down below letting me know which of the Mighty Micros was your favorite, and which characters you'd like to see included if the line continues. If you are new here, think about checking out some of my other LEGO videos, or head over to the channel page to see some of the other stuff that I do. Either way, new or old, until next time, keep on henching.